Hello again. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Um, why are you doing so much? Why are you doing so much? You're doing way too much. And if this is for you, you know who you are. Okay. These videos are like ideas that pop into my head based on my own experience with stuff. Um, and this topic, I was like, something happened and I was like, I'm doing too much. I said, that's going to be a topic for this series that I'm doing. You're doing too much. Okay. It's not that you're inconsistent. You're just overloaded because you're doing too much and you're going to burn yourself out. So, um, welcome. My name is Ebony Rose. I am a social media consultant and I am doing a series this month on showing up for your business. This particular topic is titled You're Doing Too Much. And by doing too much, we're not fully servicing and showing up for our business because we have our hands in all of these different things, right? That used to be me. Like when I started my business, I had my hands in everything. I was like, I want to create a course, I want to start a podcast, I want to do all these things that I really didn't need to be doing. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about that today. Doing everything may feel like it's productive, but it's really creating burnout because your mind is going to constantly be on different things instead of being focused on one thing at a time. That you're going to burn yourself out mentally, physically, and you're not going to be fully available to show up for your business. So, we all have ideas, right? That's a good thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. I remember a time where my brain, it was just like going. I had all of these ideas, all of these things that I wanted to do. And I was always up late, putting things into Chat GPT and like making notes. Like, I want to do this. I want to open up a school. I want to do that. Like, I had all of these ideas. And for me, if I get an idea, like I'm gonna run with it. I'm just gonna like, okay, I'm gonna get the plan, I'm gonna get the structure. This is gonna be launched tomorrow. That's how I work. Like when I get a good idea in my head, I'm like, oh, I can't let this go because if I let this go, I'm not gonna do it. And if I let this go, it might not be as exciting when I do start it, if I don't start it now. So I get it. Having so many ideas is not a bad thing, but that creates no execution, right? You pick one thing and you can create the execution. You can execute better than if you were to have like 10 things on your brain that you wanted to focus on, right? Because that's the issue. If you have so many ideas, you struggle with where to start or which one to start with, and you don't execute because then you get stuck in the process, having your ducks in a row, your I's dotted, your T's crossed, and there's no execution. You become stuck, right? So try to have one good idea that you can execute on, that you can put all of your focus into and run with that. One, maybe two, okay? But having too many is like, whoa, like you're gonna be burnt out before you even get started, right? So there is a difference between movement and momentum, right? So the movement is happening because you have all of these ideas and you're like, okay, I want to work on this, I want to work on this, I want to work on this. But there's no momentum. Like there's no momentum because you have all these moving pieces, but you're not focusing on one thing that's going to build that momentum. And we talked about momentum and how keeping promises to yourself creates that momentum, right? So ask yourself, what actually deserves my time right now? Because it's not all of these things. Focus on one thing that deserves your time right now and execute that with all that you have, okay? With all that you have. Simplification is a growth strategy. Less is more, okay? We always hear that. We don't have to always have all the things set up, all the things ready, all the things in place. The less you do, the better. because it doesn't stretch your focus. Your focus is on one thing, and you can fully execute that one thing. Okay, it's time out for trying to be all things to all people. It's time out for us trying to do everything and thinking we're Superman or Superwoman, and then burning ourselves out in the process, because we have to be leaders of our business, leaders of ourselves, because some of you watching this may have a team that you work with, or it may just be yourself. And we have to be that example, especially with those that have teams. We have to be that example to them, to show them, like, yes, this is possible. We could be a mighty force as a team, but we need to have structure. We need to have boundaries. We have to delegate, and we cannot be all things to all people. If one person is in charge of something, let them do that job, right? We can't have our hands, even as leaders and managers, we can't have our hands in everything. Oversight, yes, but let the people that are working those roles work those roles. Okay, you cannot do all the things. It's just not beneficial. Now, if you are by yourself, like myself, you have to prioritize certain things. You have to work on your time management, and you have to allow yourself to have breaks and allow yourself to say, okay, this day I'm going to do administrative stuff for my business. This day I'm going to work on blogs. This day I'm going to work on emails, and set it up and spread it out for yourself so that you're not spreading yourself too thin. You're not overloaded. And if there's like a season where you want to try something different, plan it out. If you want to launch a podcast, plan it out months ahead so that you're not layering all these tasks simultaneously, and it's just going to be less stressful for you. I am one that loves to schedule things, okay? I am the queen of scheduling. I feel like I'm the queen of consistency. When I have, like I said, when I put my mind to something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to set it up so that it's easy for me, so that it makes my life easier, right? So I have days where I batch my content. I have days where I sit and I record maybe 3 to 6, maybe 10 videos in one day, and I schedule them out because that's helping me to stay consistent. That's helping me to keep the momentum on my platforms, with whichever platform I'm working with. Specifically this month, it's YouTube. So you have to learn how to manage your time well. You have to learn, again, if you're with a team, to delegate. And you have to learn that you don't have to do all the things, right? There's a season for different things. I remember very, very clearly, like I said in the beginning, I wanted to have my hands in everything. Like, I would see people on social media in the same field that I'm in doing these things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, that's what I want to do. Oh my gosh, yes, that's what I want to do. Let me start building out this right now. And I overloaded myself especially when I rebranded my business. I said, I'm going to do this 60-day challenge and I'm going to post twice a day. Okay. Then I said, I'm going to create 2 courses for my website. Okay. All of this is happening simultaneously. Then I said, oh, I should do a 3-month program, which means building out the 12 weeks for everyone, which means sometimes recording content, especially with my courses. I had to make time to record because they're self-paced. So I had to record each video, and then I had to create workbooks and worksheets for every week for my 3-month program. Like, I was doing too much. Okay. I was doing too much. I was tired. I was burnt out, on top of working a 9 to 5 job, having 2 kids, being married, being in ministry. Like, that's too much. You have to know your limit. You have to know your bandwidth of what you can and cannot do, especially if you're doing this by yourself. If you do not have a team, you have to learn this early on, especially if you're just starting your business and you're by yourself. You have to learn these things very, very quickly. And some people don't. Some people have to learn the hard way, like myself. I had to learn the hard way. And again, there are things that I should have known. I should have known better. But you get into the mode of, starting something new, and it's exciting and it's your baby and you want to put your all into it, which is great, but we have to be realistic, and we have to take the time to say, okay, maybe I can't do these courses now. Let me just at least launch my business and launch these two services, or maybe just launch the 3-month program and then see what happens, right? I got that mindset now, but if I had done this before, it would have been so much easier for me to move forward with my business and I would not have been so burnt out. So, this is my message to whoever this lands with, especially if you're starting out. Take your time starting out, building your business, getting exactly what you need to put it out there to launch it. Okay. We can always make things better as we go, but just get it out there, right? I sent out an email yesterday where it was like, you don't have to have everything in place. You don't have to have all your I's dotted and T's crossed. Just start. Just start somewhere, right? So yes, but please just stop doing the most. Because I used to tell myself this all the time. You are doing the most. You don't have to do this. Take your time. At least you have the layout. Because I would like to have a layout of what I'm going to do. If it's a program that I'm starting, I want to have the layout, the structure, the agendas, the all the notes. That's how I roll. That's how I wanted it laid out. So if I have that, at least I feel better. But to execute it is another thing. And you can't execute if you have so many different things going on, right? So focus on one thing because focus will create the consistency that you need. If you overload that, it's going to kill it immediately, okay? So focus on one or two things. One or two things. If you are in a position, because we are still in the beginning of the year, so people just have all these ideas and they want to like start off fresh and they want to start the year new, which is cool. Start with one or two things, map those out, get your execution tips, plans in place, and work with that first and then move on to the next thing because you don't want the middle of the year to come and you're saying, oh, I'm so burnt out. I did all these things but nothing was launched, nothing was put out yet. Just take a breather. This is your reminder to take a breather and just take it one step at a time, okay? And these are the things that I talk about in my 3-month program that is launching next month. So if you are interested, please visit my website. It's at the bottom of the screen, www.ebonyrose.com. I would really love to talk with you, chat with you, book your consultation, seeing if my program is the right fit for you. But these are the things that we talk about. Like we have to get through this first before we start going through the realness. Every time I have a new client, they come in with this mindset of all these things that they don't really need to be worried about. And or it's the flip side. They want to do all these things that I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's be realistic because you're not even ready for that yet. So visit my website and let's talk it through. Reminder that I'm here every single day this month, going through tips on how to show up for your business. And I'm doing it every day at 1 p.m. So I would love to see you here. Leave something for me in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow.